Chavers.
And that brings us out to the keys to victory.
All right, for Al Cole, always must use his jab and land the right. Sometimes he's not as accurate with the right as he wants. Governor Chavers must get his right in first. He's got a good one. Capitalize on opportunities. He had Andrew Maynard down in the first round of their bout, but he could not keep him down and couldn't get after him. So for Chavers, he has got to really get after it if he gets Cole in trouble.
So it should be a most entertaining fight as we take a look at the New Jersey rules.
Yeah, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect here. The standing 8 count, which you don't see in all states. The doctor can stop the bout. 10-point must. Winner gets 10 points, loser 9 or less. The referee will not figure in the scoring, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round here in Atlantic City.
So those are all the particulars, and when we come back, we will have our first fight between Governor Chavers and Al Cole. Cruiserweights, they're going 10 rounds, and let's get a few more words on this screen.
Could you tell me again what hotel we're at? I can't remember.
All right, we're set to go now. Cruiserweights, and we will be waiting for the other half of this combo as Governor Chavers has already made his way into the ring. He's really kind of an entertaining guy.
An interesting young man. He's a fine vocalist. I heard a tape that he did today. He's helping youngsters. We'll get into all that in a while, but he's also a pretty good boxer who at 29 needs to win very badly.
Good look at Michael Buffer there.
And we all know Michael, of course, from his many appearances here on Top Rank.
That's true. Doesn't often log a lot of camera time. Al Cole now coming slowly, ever slowly, into the ring. This is sort of boxing's version of the 4 corners.
Did Dean Smith teach him this or what?
I think he did, that's right.
Yeah, there's Al Cole, the USBA Cruiserweight champ, who literally is 1 step away from a title because he is all but assured of facing James Waring for the IBF Cruiserweight Championship, but he must win tonight.
And he's doing the right thing going after a Cruiserweight title. Let's meet him now with Michael Buffer. Michael?
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Donald J. Trump's Taj Mahal Casino Resort here on the Boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where tonight Mr. Bob Arum and Top Rank Incorporated present professional boxing for your entertainment. The bouts are presented in association with the undisputed, undefeated king of beer, Budweiser. All these bouts are sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started with a 10-round bout. This is in the Cruiserweight division. The referee for this contest is Tony Orlando. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with white letters, weighing an even 186 pounds. He's from San Antonio, Texas. His professional record, 10 victories with 6 KOs, 2 defeats and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Mama's Boy Chavers. And across the ring in the blue corner, his opponent wearing the white trunks with black letters, weighing an even 192 pounds, originally from Spring Valley, New York, now living and fighting out of Newark, New Jersey. His professional record, 19-1 with 10 KOs. He currently holds the USBA title in the Cruiserweight division, title not on the line tonight. Introducing Alfred Ice Cole.
Okay, gentlemen, I expect a clean, professional fight. Listen to all my commands. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves, go back to your corner. Good luck.
So there is a look at Governor Chavers. No, I'm not going to say a word about his nickname.
I dare you.
And Ice Cole. As you can see, just so he doesn't forget his name.
That's probably for us.
Hindsight. Ba-boom. Set to go, first round. Cruiserweights, Al Cole.
We haven't missed a beat in a month. We're back here. We've done 28 bad puns in about, what have we been on, for 5 minutes?
Cheap humor, and we were only 10 seconds into the first fight.
Unbelievable.
The knockout ratio for these two, as you can see, Chavers and Cole comparable, actually. And Chavers a little less experience. Chavers had a tough go, knocked out by Andrew Maynard, but he gave Maynard fits. We'll talk more about that. Then a 1-round knockout at the hands of Matthew Saad Muhammad, who really doesn't have anything left, to tell you the truth. But that was in Marbella, Spain, and a very unusual set of circumstances.
Yeah, they told him that he wasn't going to fight. He wasn't going to fight. He had his street clothes on, getting ready to leave. He had to lose about 12 pounds the last couple days. They told him the fight was a light heavyweight fight. It turned out to be a cruiserweight fight. Really, in this case, a lot of circumstances that made that happen. He wants to land the right hand, Chavers, and he's already done it 2 or 3 times. And if he keeps landing that jab and the right, he's going to give Al Cole a lot of trouble in this bout.
So forget about the Matthew Saad Muhammad fight. And the Andrew Maynard fight, he had him down a couple of times in the first round. And after that, he said he just forgot to fight.
This is not a gimme for Al Cole. And there's a lot of intrigue to this bout. There's the right, because Cole's people asked Chavers to move the weight up. They moved it up to 193, and Cole came in at 192. And Cole has never fought at a weight that high. So we're going to see if he trained for this bout, Al Cole.
He took a right hand there. We mentioned at the beginning of this program that he's a fighter with a lot of heart. And that can be said for his stablemate Ray Mercer, certainly, and it also can be said for Ice Cole.
Yeah, he really does. Well, that's his main attribute. The fact, oh, there's the right. Chavers has got it figured out already. The question is, will it be enough to hurt Al Cole? He's got a very good right hand, Chavers. We knew that coming in. And his people said to me he's going to try and land his hardest punches early to tell Al Cole, no, this is not some guy you can walk right over. You can see from there that Chavers is not a left hook artist. Good job of slipping the right by Chavers. Of course, Al Cole also wants to get his right hand in. That's a key thing on his agenda. Good defense by Chavers so far.
Al Cole's interesting in that he looks like he's tired after about a minute and a half, and he never looks any more tired than
You're
that.
right. Isn't that it? Yeah, you could easily be deceived by his movements and the way he acts. And then he always seems to come back with something.
So the first round, in large part, a feeling out round, but I would have to think Governor Chavers has to be happy with what he's done. He did set the tone here.
He wants to continue this. An excellent right hand, but Al Cole took it quite well also.
So we start the second round. Tone of the fight not really yet set.
Hank Johnson with some good advice to Al Cole. He said the reason you got hit with those right hands there is, again, you left your left down and you weren't jabbing.
This, of course, the second round. 10-round fight.
Governor Chavers does not have a good left hook, and we've seen that already. He is a pretty much a jab, straight right hand kind of a guy.
Numbers in the first round, limited activity on both parts.
I gave a slight edge to Chavers because I thought he landed some very strong punches. Cole getting to him on the outside.
There was a counter right hand by Chavers, but it missed.
It's a jab by Chavers. He hasn't been throwing that too well.
Good right hand by Cole.
Al Cole is getting his right in now, and I think he may have stunned Chavers in this round with the right a couple times. Nice job by Cole, going downstairs to the body.
Cole has been bothered in the past by guys who can jab. Chavers does not necessarily fall into that category.
I think Chavers has a decent jab. He's just not using it enough. I also think Governor Chavers is still a little tight here, Barry. This is by far the most important bout of his career at this point. Well, the Maynard bout would have been too, but this one is a real important match for him. A win here is vital. Young man, we said it was quite interesting. Worked as a home in San Antonio for underprivileged children.
Calls it Par 1, Private Alternative Rehab. Kind of a halfway house. Kids who have had problems.
His manager, Ron Williams, very sincere about their efforts to make that happen.
He's a very bright guy, very nice guy.
As is Al Cole, for that matter.
Yes.
Cole going with probably the difference in this bout is that Cole has a better left hook than Chavers, and that gives him one more weapon in his arsenal.
Cole just missed with that right.
Now, Governor Chavers has a very bad habit, and I knew this coming in, but they said he's been working on it. When he punches, he tends to look down, and that keeps his vision down, and he can't counter. You'll see it when he throws the jab or the straight right hand. He tends to look down, and this obscures his vision.
There was a right hand by Cole. Chavers has been there for the right hand. Much better round for Al Cole. As we come to the end of round 2, scheduled for 10, give the second round to Cole. We'll be back.
He's throwing more combinations in this bout than Chavers. That's why he's doing better, especially in that second round. There was an example of it.
So we start the third round.
You know, at this point, Chavers just has to say to himself, I want to go after this bout. He was starting to get into a survival mode, and they told him that in the corner, obviously, because, look, he came out going after Al Cole. If he lets Cole dictate this bout, he'll never win it.
And that really is what started to happen in the second round.
Yeah.
And here are the numbers to indicate exactly that.
Al Cole went out and took charge because he saw he could. Of course, Cole always an active, busy boxer. Throws lots of punches.
Throwing punches a lot better than the early version of Al Cole.
He's improved in every bout. He really has.
He has. He's much more unbalanced than he was. Even on your card after the first 2 rounds.
I gave the second round to Al Cole. Boy, those left hooks, that's the difference here. He has another punch that can keep Chavers thinking about something. Chavers really doesn't have a left hook, so it's the jab and the right all the way for him.
There's the right hand. He was a little short with it.
Chavers is throwing that punch looking down, and he can't see Cole.
And Cole's a fighter, you got to look up.
You bet, yeah, because he's bigger than you in this case.
He's bigger than most cruiserweights, actually, at least in terms of height.
Yes, and of course he's talking even about being a heavyweight. I don't know about that, but first he wants to try and win the cruiserweight title.
I think he's doing a smart thing trying to win a cruiserweight title. That's one that is perfectly attainable.
And it's good for his weight at this point in his stature. I think he can stay at that cruiserweight for a while.
Sugar Ramos has been a champion since 1914, hasn't he?
De Leon, yeah.
Sugar De Leon, I mean, yes.
Well, he's not anymore.
He's not anymore.
No, but
I did know that. I was just stretching the truth.
Well, he was from 1914, I think, to 1988.
I believe that's right. Special guest going to join us between rounds here. A guy that anybody who has even a remote interest in the sport of boxing, and now the movie business,
I know,
would know. Marvin Hagler is going to join us.
All the way from Italy, where he now resides.
One of the best, and I don't say that because he's sitting alongside us.
One of the great middleweights of all time.
That's really true.
Al Cole is dictating what happens here. He is using his jab, Chavers isn't. He's getting his right hand in, Chavers isn't. He's got that hook working also. Very workmanlike, typical Al Cole performance. And it will be up to Chavers to try and do something to change that, like those right hands. But you can't throw him backing up all the time.
But Chavers is going to have to do something to change the tenor of this fight. Because right now, Cole is really starting to own the fight. Well, we mentioned a special guest, and here he is right here, Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Marvin Hagler, not living in Milan, Italy. He's an actor. He has done everything well, and I think, too, we talked about the fact that one of the best middleweights of all time, and I think, Marvin, starting to get your just due now, and it's well-deserved.
Oh, it's great, and I thank for the comment that you guys gave me. It's been a long time overdue, but it's great.
We haven't seen you in a while. They got an award they're giving in your name, isn't that true?
Right, tomorrow night for the middleweight. I think it's great if we can keep it as a tradition. I think it's a great idea, but I'm looking forward to the fight tomorrow, too. It should be a great middleweight fight. I have been watching this guy, Tony, in Italy fight, and McCollum, which we know McCollum, so I expect tomorrow a real good fight tomorrow.
Middleweight division, pretty tough division right now in general.
Well.
Still some money to be made out there, Mark.
No, finito, finish. No, now just acting. It's coming along pretty good, too, the acting.
Talk about that a little bit. Tell us some of the movies and the types of movies you've been doing.
Well, now I'm just looking at a new movie. I'm reading now a script called Looters. And this is a great opportunity. I'm trying to work my way back to come home and to do films here. But gaining experience in Italy has been helping me real well.
I tell you, if you work as hard at the movie industry as you did in the sport of boxing, you're going to do just fine.
Well, that's what I feel. Really, it's great that I made my money first before to really depend on the lifestyle in the movie industry.
Can you pick a winner tomorrow night before you jump away?
No. To me, I think the fight looks very even.
You know, this is great. We have the Tonys and the Oscars and the Obies, and now we got the Marvin.
The Marvin Haglers. Yeah, the Marvins. I like that.
Marvelous.
There you go.
That's the real.
Take care, Marvin.
Marvin,
Okay,
really good
guys.
to see you.
Thank you very much.
Guy looks great. I tell you, he looks like he can still fight. He's 65 years old now.
And you're sitting next to him when you said that. I
that's
admire
right. We've been friends for, as a matter of fact, before I ever had Al Bernstein as a color commentator, I had Marvin Hagler.
There you are.
In fact, the first fight professional fight I ever did was Marvin Hagler versus Fulgencio Mejias up in Boston. Yeah.
Al Cole continues here to really take the action to Chavers. Chavers just not throwing enough. Looking down a lot when he should be looking at Al Cole. And it's going to take a real wild, lucky right hand at this point by Chavers because he's not putting things together. His jab is non-existent.
Yeah, Chavers is going to have to make a dramatic turnaround here. And frankly, I don't see it.
So far, it doesn't look like a possibility even. And you hate to say that in the 4th round. He's going to have to really become more aggressive and not be in such a defensive shell. See, look, when Chavers throws the jab, he can get it in. He's got to throw something behind it. Al Cole, to his credit, taking what's given him. There's a little blood on Al Cole's face, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, and it's hard to tell where it's coming from. Could be from the nose. Significantly, though, I think Cole is backing Chavers up.
Yeah. I tell you, the one thing that could get Chavers back in this bout potentially is that jab, if you use it more. Of course, Al Cole's not making it possible for him because he's landing his own jab and getting there first with it. And as we said, a lot on the line for Cole, so lots of motivation for him to perform well. James Waring is waiting in the wings, the IBF Cruiserweight champ. That's a match Cole is virtually guaranteed. See there, Chavers had a counter right hand very available to him and didn't throw the punch.
Coming to the end of the 4th round, and the tone of this fight was set in the 2nd round, and that tone was set by Al Cole. 100-yard plus games at home.
A lot.
A lot, that's right.
Many. Hey, don't ask me, I'm a boxing announcer. Just ask ESPN, they'll tell you. That's what I do. All right, Governor Chavers needs to get something going here, and it's that simple. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
And you know boxing.
Yeah, I sure do.
Through the first 4 rounds, look at the jabs, and really, that is the story of the fight.
Yeah, and it really is, because Al Cole has established that Chavers is not going to land enough right hands without that jab, or the kind he needs to hurt Cole. There it is, but see, it's a counter right. He's got to follow it up with something. See, that's what Chavers needs to do, just to make it an interesting bout.
On your card now, Cole not only creeping in front, but stomping in front.
Yeah, because of the way the match. I mean, I gave Chavers the first round, which maybe a judge might not have, and then the last 3, Cole has just, taken control of.
Second warning from Tony Orlando to Al Cole to keep his punches up.
Jab of Cole, very excellent. You can see it there. And he's using it not only to land, but also as a rangefinder. And there again, the hook to the body, which is the thing he has that Chavers isn't using. Hey, this is the best left hook Al Cole's shown us in a long time.
What I really like about what Al Cole is doing, he seems to be much more on balance with his punches than he has been. He doesn't lunge with his punches too much anymore. Well, he did right there, but not too much. The uppercut there.
And I'll tell you, part of the reason why this is happening is Chavers is just doing absolutely nothing right now.
Yeah, I think Chavers is fighting like a beaten fighter now.
He really needs to throw something. He's just in a defensive shell. That's not going to get it done.
Not only a defensive shell, but a shell that's moving backward. And, of course, you can't generate any offense when you're on your heels.
Chavers has only thrown 15 punches in this round, Bob Canobio from Punch Profile tells us. And meanwhile, Al Cole going about his business, isn't he?
Yeah, doing a very nice job. Cole now really starting to administer a beating to Chavers. Swelling under the right eye of Governor Chavers.
Their plan, Chavers' plan, was to come right out and hit Cole with a bunch of punches that would stun him, right hands, and take it from there. He did land a couple good rights at the beginning, but then just stopped.
And I don't think he stopped as a result of anything that Al Cole did. He just stopped. End of the 5th round, and now we're going to just stop. Round 6, and Chavers is going to have a dramatic turnaround here. He got a real lecture from his corner about all the things that we were talking about. As you look at the numbers, and again, I mean, there's just no way you could even think about giving a round to Chavers since the first round.
And he has thrown, through 23. Guess how many he's thrown over 5 rounds? Only 168.
That ain't going to get it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what his corner was admonishing him about. Don't go backing up. That's what he's doing, and he's doing it again here. And they said if you are going to back up, take one step back and throw the punch. Right now, he's in retreat.
Cole is really making him pay for it. I mean, he's really ripping him to the body and the head. And the body attack just as good for Cole.
This is a 10-round fight in the cruiserweight division. Even though Al Cole is the champion, this is not for the USBA title. And Governor Chavers fighting going backwards here.
And Al Cole fighting like a man who knows. See the left eye of Chavers almost closed. Al Cole fighting like a man who knows that he is on the verge of a championship opportunity.
You know, maybe when ESPN replays this, they can run the tape backwards and Chavers will win. A reminder, the USBA Bantamweight Championship will be on the line in our main event, Junior Jones and Dio Anderhart. I'm looking forward to that one.
That should be an excellent match. We think to match him with Dio Anderhart has more than a good shot. The corner of Governor Chavers, now they can't stop this bout. They're standing. You see him in the background there.
And now Tony Orlando's going to step in and stop it. And he's doing that at the behest of the corner of Governor Chavers.
Now they can't actually stop it, but Orlando knew that they wanted to and saw the eye and said, guess what? This is non-competitive. I'm going to stop it. Well, it's a shame. There you see the disappointment of Governor Chavers. We mentioned he's a very nice young man, has some talent, but didn't show it here tonight at all.
No, first round competitive, and after that, it was simply no contest. And let's take nothing away from this man.
No.
He went out and made his own breaks here.
He really did, because he saw what was available to him. And what was nice about what Al Cole did is he varied his attack. He threw good body shots, good hooks, good straight right hands. And he looks like a man who, as we said, has improved every time out. And certainly, in my mind, is a better than 50-50 shot to possibly beat James Waring, taking nothing away from Waring, but that should be a very good bout.
He's really an improving fighter, and that really is significant. Let's take nothing away from the corner of Governor Chavers. I really think they did absolutely the right thing. Their man was not about to win this fight.
And, yes, and they knew at that point.
Let's get the official word now from Michael Buffer. Michael?
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tony Orlando steps in to stop this bout. At 1 minute, 42 seconds of the 6th round, the winner by technical knockout. His record now, 20 victories against only 1 defeat with 11 KOs. From Newark, New Jersey, Alfred Ice Cole.
So Alfred Cole, the winner in 6 rounds. It was scheduled for 10. He won just about all of them, folks. An impressive performance for him. We'll be back with more.